It's a good freaking day. Yesterday was a no start. So I put everything else together. And then I spent hours trying to figure out why this freaking relay for the fuel was clacking away. And I tried everything. And then, late at night, I called Steve, the electrical guru from Wireworks. And he's out and about fishing. And he says, well, grab a test light. And we went through this freaking feed and all the wires here. And he decided I needed to look for a bad ground, which I'd already done. But I went through all again and I crawled underneath the vehicle. And underneath this brain, where there is a freaking whack of freaking wires, there was a little tiny ground wire that was jammed up in there. And when we took the cab off, I picked up the brain and everything and folded it over the motor, so I didn't have to unplug a whole bunch of stuff, but I had to undo ground wires. When I folded it back down, a tiny little ground wire, this particular one, got jammed up in that mess of wires underneath and totally hidden from view. So I found it, thanks to his coaching. He's on the phone up there talking to me while I'm running through it. And last night, I put it on and fired it up. And just to make sure it still fires up, I'm going to do it again. Fingers crossed. Yes, it still starts. So, makes me a day late. Not feeling too smart either. Don't care, it runs. Thank you, Steve, you the man. And now I just have to change door handle, a couple sun visors, and I'm finally brave enough I can button up around the steering column and the floor. And then I gotta clean up my freaking mess and hit the highway tomorrow. This is an excellent day. Mike had major laughing points out of this one. He's off hanging off a cliff today, apparently. So, a good day. So, I got the truck running, driving, fixed everything that I could electrically, fixed a few previous repairs. One thing I gotta say, I'm used to working on old cars. Talking to Steve, in my own experience now, I've discovered grounds are everything on these new vehicles. They create gremlins if it's not perfect. So that was a huge learning experience for me. That with the newer vehicles, computers, and everything else in them, grounds have to be wonderful. Now, I'm not leaving today because I lost a day. So now I got to change over this door handle. But it's a power window and it's all the way down. I could take the glass out and dick around, but I am so far behind schedule, I'm just going to get at that door handle another way. So when you're removing a door handle with the rapid method, it's important to remember not to cut too deep because you have a bunch of rods in here and you don't really want to cut through them because you may need them. So I was being rather delicate, if you can believe that, with my grinder. And wow, there we go. Pop that up. Okay. You see where it's bonded to the center support. Hey! There we go. Now I got the right lock. Quick, easy. Also, You only do that if you're really not concerned about saving that glass, because you can bet there's some pits in it. But I am all out of time. Oh my God, I sound like a broken record, but it's the truth. So I'll go put this on the new door. A few more pieces of trim. Wow, that's a tight fit. There we go. And I won't be needing that anymore. And back to the new truck. And I finish off the last cookie that Kim made. Oh yeah. And I got them all eaten before Mike found out about them. So to the casual observer may think I'm just going to show off Jet Tools here. But I'm covering my behind. I've been using pretty much every tool in here for the last entirely too many days doing a cab swap. And I'm taking off for a few days. So when I get back, if Mike's missing anything, he might suggest to the suggestible listener that it was my fault. So every screwdriver is in there. And those are freaking nice. They got nice grips on them. Work very well. This, every socket, Allen wrench, torque head, it's all there. Look at this. Complete. Cleaned up. Nice. So, I leave with a complete set. Look at the pliers. Complete. There's some nice stuff in here. We got every file you could ever think of. So, all the wrenches, those are some nice ones. Yeah, they got a nice feel to them. Anyhow, there you go, Mike. Everything looks totally different than the rest of the place. I'm taking a few days.
Later.
So it seems to be the problem.
Well, this particular problem, I gotta put this thing on 3 freaking times. But the big problem was, I'm guessing totally, the heater core has smaller inlet outlet pipes than on the original cab. I had clamps on it and it still was leaking out. And I didn't notice until we did our little test drive. 1,100 freaking kilometers. So, we've gone 25. So far, I gotta hook this up again. And I've had to bypass the heater core. Good thing we're not going through mountain. Oh, well, we are actually. Well, good thing it's summer, or it was summer.
So we made it to good old Circle K. Salmon.
Some finely tuned hearing system, Blue, heard a slight whistle. And she correctly diagnosed it as a turbo intake leak. I foolishly doubted her. So I'm going to try this again. I had a hard time getting this thing installed the first time. So I don't know what the issue is here. Fires her. Okay. Okay. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
As Honey patiently waits for us to get going again. Guess she's driving now. But the cab looks wonderful. Look at this. I have a cab corner.
Only 1,075 kilometers to go. Well, we're going to go see him pal at John, Chris. And stop and see Cat's ass. And then eventually, sometime very much later tonight than we expected, I'll be home. Zippity doo dah. Best out of 3. So 2 repairs, 30 kilometers. I think we got it. The rest will be easy.
Look, no cracked windshield.
That's true. Yes, someone in the focus group mentioned that. So I decided, what the hell, change the whole cab. Because I don't like doing windows.
A little frosty in here.
Yeah, well, I could crank on the heat. Except we don't have any. Yeah, it is a bit nippy in here. I don't know what the freaking thing says up there, but
3.
yeah, it's a little chilly. It was a late arrival back in Alberta in a chilly one. So I think I've got the heater fixed this morning now. I think it's going to be all right. Just in case, I'm dressing appropriately. And we'll go do the final road test. And I think I got rid of all the gremlins. And I'd be quite happy to do another one of these now, actually. I mean, I got to paint a little and all the rest of it. But right now, I'm going to close the tailgate and let's go see if we have heat. Okay. Now, I got it on hot. Where am I going to put it? And the feet and out here so I can see it. Let's give it a little. Okay. And right now, gauge hasn't moved yet. Just moved it out. So, let's go find some hills to climb. Oh, right, we're in Alberta. Okay, I gotta heat this mother up and see what happens. Oh, and the Model L case. And the beautiful 1929 Buick McLaughlin, stretched. That's cast aluminum upper body. To rebuild that, you just have to wheel out the bottom half at the sides. Kind of an easy job. I think that calls for a mid-engine build. I really want to do that. That's a cool car. All right. We have heat, glorious heat. Okay. Yes, that's the last little piece I was worried about. The inside of that back door, we got a spray, and the outside. But mission accomplished. Test drive number 3, best out of 5. We're good.